Welcome back, y'all, to Whiplash TV. Today I've got another product review. I've got some LED lights from Boslla. We're going to take a look at these and we're going to compare them to the halogens that are inside the headlights for the high beams, and I'm also going to compare them to the Farron LEDs that you've seen in a previous video that are over here in the low beam side. So first off, let's open these up. Let's take a look at them and see if there's anything that makes them different from any other LED light. And then we'll get them installed on the truck and see how bright they shine down the road. So here are the Boslla LED lights. So these that we're looking at today are going to be the 9005 light, which is the high beam that the cat eye takes. On the back of the box, you can see we have some ratings. It's a 60 watt set of LED lights, 30 watts per bulb. The lumen rating is 7,200 lumens at 3,600 lumens per bulb. The color temperature is 6,500 K. They come with a 1-year warranty. It says here world's minimal bullet LED. So they're small in size, only 30 millimeters around at the fan and heatsink, only 1 millimeter at the tip. They're also supposed to be shorter in overall height of the light itself. So inside the box with the lights, it comes with a product manual. They also have several different series of lights, and then it also shows you what different part number bulbs you can get in those different series. They do have yellow chip LEDs. It shows you just some simple universal installation steps. So inside the package is 2 lights. It has a really nice red, kind of flat looking anodized finish. Has a fan in the back. Here's kind of a close-up look at the chipset on the end of it. It's a little bit hard to see probably in the video, but right here there is a clear rubber seal that goes the whole way around. So I know some LEDs, they are quite big and bulky and large. So just for a size comparison real quick, I wanted to compare the Farron LED lights compared to these. So the Boslla does not stick out into the actual headlight as far as the Farron does. It is shorter, it is smaller and more narrow, so if you have a headlight where this long tip might hit the end of the headlight, that would definitely be good. Overall, the length of the two, the Boslla and the Farron, are pretty close in length. Maybe the Bossla's a little longer. The Boslla is much smaller in overall diameter compared to the big diameter of this fan on the Farron. All right, so let's go over to the truck. Let's go get these installed and see how they look. All right, y'all, so let's take a look at the color temperature that we have right now. Up top there, you can see the Farron LED that I have right now. That's in the low beam. Now let's switch to high beam. So here's the high beam. As you can see, it has a lot more of an amber look to it. Isn't necessarily clear. Maybe some people prefer this look. Me personally, I prefer the LED more clear, almost slightly blue look personally. So now let's install the Boslla lights. So on the cat eyes, all you have to do is pull this pin right here. Then once you pull that pin out, the headlight will come right out. As you can see, here's the Farron LED light. Here's the factory halogen. All we have to do is turn the factory halogen counterclockwise and then disconnect it. Here's a side-by-side comparison of the halogen and the Boslla LED light. So now we'll take the Boslla LED light bulb, install it. So now our Boslla light is installed. Well, we got really close to having it install and get lined up, but we're just a little bit ways away from that pin being able to go through those holes where it needs to get in there. And it's because the backside of the LED light bulb is hitting that bracket right back there. So we're gonna have to do a little bit of trimming. Behind the headlight, we have this plastic piece back here that has our tabs for the headlight at the top in it. And as you can see over here on this side, I had to cut out a notch for the Farron low beam headlight bulb. So now I've just simply taken a sharp razor blade and used it to cut out really carefully a chunk out of this plastic right here. So that way it will make room for the actual headlight bulb. And I also trimmed up that ridge just a little bit right there. I was hoping not to have to modify again, and like I showed you, it was real close, but it looks like with these cat eyes, there's just not much room behind the actual headlight, and these are aftermarket headlights, so I don't know if the factory ones stick out as far as these do on the back where the lights go into or not. But be prepared that you may need to do a little trimming. It's not that hard. It doesn't take that long. It's nothing that should keep you from running LEDs on your cat eye Chevy pickup truck, in my opinion. All right, so I'm gonna finish getting this light installed now that I've made some room and get it in. So now the Boslla LED headlight is installed over here on this high beam. And as you can see over here on this side, we have the halogen high beam. So you can see the color temperature of this one. Looks real nice. Kind of that clearish, slight hint of blue look. And as you can see, the halogen has more of that yellow look. I prefer the look of the LED over the halogen. I just think it looks so much better, much more fresh. Now the high beam LED lights are installed on both sides. Looking really good. I really like how that looks and how that turned out. All right, the only thing left to do now is really test them. Once it gets dark outside, I'll turn them on and let y'all see how they really light things up. And we'll give them a good test. All right, y'all, so now just to show you a little bit of what the lights look like and what kind of beam that they're putting out. Here is no lights and then straight to high beams. And as you can tell, they are very, very bright. They surprised me for how bright they are for being a rating of 7,600 lumens. So there's the high beams of the Boslla, and then there's the low beams of the Farrons. And both of them cast a very, very bright light. All right, let's go drive down the road and see how they look on the road. So here are the low beams just driving down the road, and then now the high beams. These are the Boslla lights. And as you can see, they are very, very bright. I can see a long ways down the road. Again, I'll go the low beams. Which the high beam halogen lights, they did such a poor job that I would just always drive with the low beams. But I could see myself using these. They are extremely bright. All right, and just for some comparison, here's a look outside the truck. So that way you're not looking through the windshield. So we've got the low beams. and then you've got the high beams. It's pretty incredible how far you can see with those high beams. Again, we'll go back to the low beams, and then the high beams. I can't say enough how much it surprises me that these are rated at 7600 lumens, but they are this bright. So I'm pretty impressed. I am very impressed by how bright the Boslla LED lights were. They were very bright, as you can see in the video. I could see clearly what was up ahead of me. I was not at all wishing or thinking, man, these lights need to be brighter. They did the job perfectly and were extremely bright. Overall, they were very easy to install. They were plug and play. The only slightly hard thing was the trimming of the plastic housing back behind where the new Boslla LED headlight bulb was going to sit once that headlight housing was fully installed, and that wasn't even really that hard. So overall, I think that they're a great light. I can't thank Boslla enough for sending us this set of LED headlight bulbs for us to install and review and show y'all how good that they work. There is a link down in the video description where you can click on that link and you can purchase your very own set of Boslla LED headlight bulbs for your ride. Please help us out by liking the video. Also, please consider subscribing to the channel and checking out the other videos that we have here on the channel. Also, please ring that notifications bell and consider leaving us a comment down below. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll catch y'all on the next video.